If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that, surfeiting the appetite may sicken, and so die. Let's strain again. It had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes on a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! Enough! No more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou! Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, that instant was I turned into a stag, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. Like a cloistress, she will veiled walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season the brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
O she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self king. Away, before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Home? What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so, perchance may he be.
True. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves as far as I could see.
Oh, for saying so, here's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late, for 'twas but a month ago that I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur that he did seek the love of the fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, daughter of a count that died some 12 months thence, then leaving her in the care of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, and for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That 'twere hard to compass, for she'll admit no kind of suit, no, not the Duke's.
Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap, to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let my eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus. I am sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your niece, my lady, takes great exception to your ill hours.
Oh, I'll let her accept before accepted.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in here one night to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye,
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
he'll have a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool. And a prodigal.
Oh, fie that you'll say so. He plays the viol de gamba, speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He's a fool. He's a great quarreler. And that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
Oh, by this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so. Who are they?
And they add moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
Well, with drinking health to my niece, and I'll drink to her so long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. Here comes Sir Andrew Agueface.
Sir Toby Belch, how now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir. Fare you well, gentlemen.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll have none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear it. There's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes altogether. Faith, I can cut a caper. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus? Let me see the caper. Higher! Excellent!
If the Duke continue these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you're no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence to call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Rousseau, Cesario, ho.
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Stand at her doors. Be not denied access, and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrows as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Then unfold the passion of my love. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
Oh, my lord, I think not so.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all assemblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. And yet, a barful strife. Whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter thy way of an excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world need fear no colors.
Yet to be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away, is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. As for turning away, let summer bear it out. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would quit drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, which am sure I lack thee, may pass as a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Did you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go, too. You're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Anything that's mended is but patched. Sin that amends is but patched with virtue, and virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin. The lady bade take away the fool. Therefore, I say again, take her away.
I bade them take away you.
Misprison in the highest degree. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it. Good, my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, for the want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Does she not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake her. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God grant you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better improving your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2pence that you are no fool.
What say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw her put down the other day with an ordinary fool that hath no more brain than a stone.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son was a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains. For here he comes, one of thy kin.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
Ah, gentleman. What gentleman?
There's a gentleman here. Plague of these pickle herring. Oh, now, sots.
Good Sir Toby.
Uncle, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery! I defy lechery! There's one at the gate.
Aye, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil any will, I care not.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool. The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
He is in the 3rd degree of drink. He is drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes it on himself to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep, and he seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What should be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but that he'll speak with you.
Oh, what kind of man is he?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, between boy and man. He is very well favored, and he speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Allow his approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Come, bring me my veil. Throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. Pray tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it.
Whence came you, sir?
Oh, I can say little more than I've studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I'll forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
'Tis more likely to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber. I am to hull here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand.
Yet, you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
What I am and what I would are to your ears divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We shall hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? I'll have you no more to say.
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show the picture. Look you, sir, is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
Oh, 'tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item 2 lips, indifferent red, item 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Have you been sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud, but if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With the adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Though I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, valiant, and in the dimension and shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet, I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your refusal would I find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night, halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank thee for thy pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love makes his heart of flint that you shall love. And may your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirits do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eye. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio!
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or no? Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. But if this youth may come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you not stay longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By my faith, no.
My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might distemper yours. Therefore, I must crave of you your leave, so that I may bear my evils alone. It were a cruel recompense to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of whither you're bound.
My determinate voyage is mere extravagance. Antonio, my name is Sebastian. My father is that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born within an hour, and if the heavens had been so pleased, so too would have ended. But you, sir, altered that, when just an hour before you pulled me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir. Though she was said to resemble me, she was accounted by many as beautiful. She had a mind that envy could not call but fair. She's drowned with salt water, sir. And I fear I drown her remembrance again with more.
If you'll not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
By my faith, no. Come, let's go, Antonio. My heart is full of kindness, and I am still so yet near the manners of my mother that mine eyes might still tell tales of me. I am bound to Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentlest of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court. Else would I see thee there very shortly. But come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his service, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir. You very peevishly threw the ring to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it's worth the stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed. So much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. Oh, she loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger, not of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day. What thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes.
Nay, my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. Thus, to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes.
Here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my hearts?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
I had rather than 40 shillings I had so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. Now a song.
Come on, here's 6 pence for you. Let's have a song.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song! A love song!
Aye, I care not for good life.
O mistress mine, where are you roaming? O stay and hear your true love's coming, who can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers' meeting, every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good in faith.
Good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty, so come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's the stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice, as I am true knight. Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 4 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that? And you love me, let's do it. I am a dog at a catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, knight. I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave, knight.
'Tis not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Begin full, it begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good in faith, come begin.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, hold thy peace, thou knave. And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave.
And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave. And I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace,
Why on caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady has not called her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me!
Oh, the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace!
My masters, are you mad or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make my lady's house into an alehouse that you squeak out your catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
But we did keep time, sir, in our catches.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied with your disorders. If you can separate yourself in your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, that there shall be no more cakes and ale? A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall hear of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears!
'Twere as good a deed to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him in the field and break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it not. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight, for the Count's youth was today with my lady, and she is much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, he is sometimes kind of a Puritan.
If I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight?
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have good reason enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, an affectioned ass, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is on the grounds of his faith that all who look upon him love him. And it is on that vice in him my revenge shall find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I shall drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, complexion, he shall find himself feeling most personated. I can write very much like your niece. You can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think, by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
'Twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I will plant you two, and make the fool a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Come, I'll go burn some sacks. It's too late to go to bed now. Come night, come night!
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
She is not here, so please, your lordship, that's to sing it.
Who was it?
Fest, the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. She's in front of the house.
Seek her out. Play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it. Young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
Oh, what kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She's not worth thee, then. What years in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so. To die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, madam, come. The song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain, the spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white struck all with you, oh prepare it. My part of death, no one so true should share it. Not a flower sweet, let there be strown. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me, oh, where sad true lover never find my grave to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pains, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasures then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another. Farewell.
Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble, that prizes not quantities of fortunes, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in, attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
Cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There's no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, as it might be, perhaps. Were I a woman, I should your lordship.
What's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will. For still we may prove much in our vows, and little in our love.
But did your sister ever love my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye. That's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place. Bide no deny.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have that rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again and fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is a pity of our lives.
Get ye three into the box tree! Malvolio's coming down this walk! Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting! Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I've heard herself come near that should she fancy it would be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
To be Count Malvolio.
Ah, rogue.
Peace, peace. There's example for it. The lady of the strait, she married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him.
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my estate,
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, where I've come from a daybed where I've left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles!
Oh, peace, peace, peace. Now.
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this feller live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control,
And does Tobin not take you a blow to the lips then?
saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me upon your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
Knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin?
Oh, peace. Now the spirit of humor intimates reading aloud to him.
By my life, 'tis my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's. And thus she makes her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
This wins him liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio, I may command where I adore, but silence like a sharpened knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal construction. There's no obstruction in this. And the last. What should this alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me. M-O-A-I.
Oh, make of that he is now at a cold scent.
M. Malvolio! Why, that begins my name!
Did I not say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there's no consonancy in the sequel. A should follow, but O does. And then I comes behind.
Aye, and had you any I behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This construction is not as the former, and yet to crush it a little, it would bow to me, for every one of those letters are in my name. Soft, here follows prose. If this should fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest it to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. My lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this she manifests her love to me, and with a kind of injunction drives me to those habits of her liking. Jove and my stars be praised. Here's yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest thy love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part in this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Shah of Persia.
I could marry this wench for this device.
And ask no other dowry but such another jest.
Oh, here comes my noble goal catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot upon my neck?
Shall I play my freedom at the dice and become thy bond slave?
Thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad!
Nay, but say true! Does it work upon him?
Like branded to a midwife.
Ah, if you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings! Oh, 'tis a color she abhors! Oh, in cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me!
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit!
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
Oh, no such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
Oh, no, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no fool. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are as like husbands as herrings are to pilchards. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at Count Orsino's.
Foolery walks about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, if the fool was as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold. Here's expenses for thee.
Now Jove and his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one. Though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
My lady is within, sir. I will construe to her once you come.
She is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. She must observe their mood on whom she jests, the quality of persons, and the time, for folly that she wisely shows as fit. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Wilt thou encounter the house? My lady is most desirous you should enter if your tray be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them in motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
But we are prevented. Oh, most excellent accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you. My matter hath no voice to your own ear.
Let the garden doors be shut. Leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant. Oh, 'twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You are servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
Of him I think not on him. Of his thoughts were they blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
I pray you, I bade you, speak again no more of him. Oh, I would you undertake another suit. I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after that last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. So force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think?
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, very oft we pity enemies.
Well, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. Oh, be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. There lies your way. Due west.
Then westward, ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay, I prithee. Tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
Well, if I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. O Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. But do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause. But rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress of it be, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you implore.
But yet come again tomorrow, for thou mayst move this heart which now abhors so like is love.
Nay, my troth, I will not stay a jot longer.
Give thou reason.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. The guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt of valor.
Why then, build thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself that there is no love broker in the world more powerful with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go. Write it in a martial hand. Be curt and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent. Taunt him with the license of ink, and as many lies as will lie on that sheet of paper, set him down. Go about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen. No matter. About it.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
We will call thee at the cabiculo. Go!
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me, then. And by all means, stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened, and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
be saved by believing rightly, could ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow
And cross-gartered!
most villainously. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is on the new map of the augmentation of the Indies. You've never seen such a thing. I could hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him, and if she do, he'll smile and take it as a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is!
But since you make your pleasures of your pains, I will no longer chide you.
I could not stay behind you any longer. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. Jealousy, what might befall your travels, being unskilled in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and inhospitable, my willing love set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no response make but thanks. So come, let us see the reliques of this town.
Tomorrow, sir, best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. Come, let us feast our eyes on the monuments and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? It's not without danger that I walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys, I did some service, indeed of such note that if I were taken here, it should scarce be answered.
Be like you slew a great number of his people.
The offenses of not such a bloody nature, it might since have been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of my city did. Myself alone stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Well, best not walk too open then.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir! Here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant, 'tis best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whiles you beguile the time, and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eyes may light on some toy which you desire to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I will be your purse bearer, and leave thee for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. Oh, I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He's for sure possessed, madam.
Oh, why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you. He is for sure tainted in his wits.
Well, call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. What ho, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Ho, ho.
Smilest thou? I have sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad I could be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, and please all.
What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, but yellow in my leg. It did come to him, and commands shall be executed.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To that? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come too.
God comfort thee! Ooh, why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you? Malvolio!
At your request, yes, Nightingale's answer does.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great. Some achieve greatness.
Meanest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven
Remember
cover
who
thee!
commended thy yellow stocking.
Thy yellow
and wished to
stockings!
see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered wife, this is merry midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. A good Maria. Let some of my fellows have a look after this fellow. Where is my Uncle Toby? I want to have some of my fellows look after him. I do not want him to miscarry for half of my dowry.
Oh, how do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him to me on purpose so that I may appear stubborn to him. For she incites me to that in the letter. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang with arguments of state, and so forth. I have limed her. And as she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Well, it all adheres together, that not one dram of a scruple, not one scruple of a scruple can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Tell me where he is. If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and the legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. Here he is. How is it with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you take a care of him.
Aha, did she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How goes it with you? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La, you speak ill of the devil. How he takes it to heart. I pray he is not bewitched.
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Leave me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough, but will not be roughly used.
What now? How dost thou?
Sir?
Hey, come with me. Come on, man. 'Tis not for gravity to play a cherry pit with Satan.
Get him to say his prayers, Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx?
Oh, no, I warrant you. You will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are shallow, idle things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
If this were played upon a stage now, I would condemn it as an improbable fiction.
He's very genius at taking the infection of the device, man.
We shall drive him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Oh, come. We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. And we shall carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance, till our very past time, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him.
Here is the challenge. Read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, if I warrant him, do but read.
Gimme. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy feller.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not why I call thee so, for I shall give thee no reason for it.
A good note. This keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the lady Olivia, and in my sight she sees thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. This is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good senseless.
I will waylay thee going home, for if it be thy chance to kill me, thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and may God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I give it him.
May have a very fit occasion for it, for he is now in some commerce with my lady and will by and by depart.
Go. Scout me for him at a corner of the orchard, and as soon as thou seest him, draw. And as soon as thou drawest, swear horrible. For a terrible oath with a swaggering accent, sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than proof itself would have earned him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now I will not deliver this letter, for the behavior of the young gentleman finds him to be of good capacity and breeding. This letter, being so excellently ignorant, shall breed no terror in the youth. You'll find it comes from a clodpole. But I'll deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valor, and drive the youth into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so frighten them both that they will kill one another by the look.
And here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How, with mine honor, can I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare you well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
What defense thou hast, but take thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, awaits thee at the orchard end. Beware in thy preparations, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am certain no man hath any quarrel to me.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake thee to your guard. For thy opposite has what strength, skill, youth, and fury can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies he hath divorced 3, and his incensement at the moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by the pangs of death. Give it or take it.
I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of man that puts quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Be like, this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself from a very competent injury. Therefore, strip your sword stark naked, for metal you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
I beseech you, sir, do me this courteous office, to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, say the while by the gentleman to my return.
I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, but nothing more.
What manner of man is he?
He is the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. I will make your peace with him, if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, sir, he's the very devil. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable that he pays you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on. They say he's been fencer to the Shah.
Pox on it, I'll not meddle with him.
Hey, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it, had I thought he had been so valiant and cunning in fence, I would have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse.
I'll make the motion. Stay the while, make a good show on it. This will end without the perdition of souls. Nary I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I've persuaded him the youth's a devil.
And he pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he had better bethought him of his quarrel, and finds it now scarce worth talking of. Therefore draw, in supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would have me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give way if he look furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman, for his honor's sake, will have one bout with you. But he swears, as a gentleman and a soldier, he will not harm you.
Pray God he keeps his oath.
I do assure these against my will.
Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the blame on myself. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you've heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, then I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold! Here come the officers!
I'll be with you anon.
Pray you, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry will I, sir.
Antonio, I arrest thee in the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no jot. I know your favor. Come along.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. But what will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? I'm much more grieved by what I cannot do for you than what may befall me.
Come on,
you
sir.
stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come along.
I must entreat you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you've shown me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, I'll lend you something. I'll make division. Hold. Here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me? Do not tempt my misery to upbraid you for all the kindnesses I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, drunkenness, babbling, or any taint of vice.
The heavens themselves.
I pray, come on!
Let me speak a little. This youth here I have snatched from the jaws of death. To his image, which methought promised much venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us?
But oh, how vile and idle this god proves. Thou hast, Sebastian, made good feature shame. Nothing in nature blemishes but the mind. Nothing be called deformed but the unkind.
Oh, now he's going mad. Come on.
Lead me on.
Come on.
Methinks his words do from such passions fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination. Oh, prove true that I, dear brother, be not ta'en for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper a couplet or two of our most sage saws.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass, for even such and so in feature was my brother, and still went he in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
So who's this Sebastian?
A most dishonest and paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty reveals itself in him leaving his friend in necessity and denying him.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Go after him again and beat him.
I do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword. I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to! Thou art a fool!
Well held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my mistress to bid you come speak with her. Nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly elsewhere. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. What shall I vent to my lady? Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There is money in it for thee. If thou tarries any longer, I will give thee worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you.
There's for thee, and there, and there. Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger over the house.
This I will tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for tuppence.
Come on, sir, hold!
Nay, let him alone. I'll have a suit of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck him first, so it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come on, young soldier, put up your iron. You're well fleshed, come on.
I will be free.
Ah!
What wouldst thou now? If thou wouldst tempt me further, then draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this Malabar blood from you.
Hold, Toby! On my life I charge thee, hold!
Madam?
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch! Fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached. Out of my sight! Good Cesario, be not offended. Roots might be gone! I pray thee, gentle friends, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go.
What relish is this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else a dream. What still my sense in leth steep? If this be a dream, then let me sleep.
Nay, come, prithee. Wilt thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Say so and be so.
Nay, I pray thee, put on this gown and this hat. Make him believe thou art Sir Topus, the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and will dissemble myself in it. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a great scholar.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
What ho, I say! Peace in this prison!
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topus the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Sir Topus. Good Sir Topus, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou of nothing but ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topus, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topus, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest of terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that the house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clear stores towards the north, south, are as lustrous as ebony. And yet, complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topus. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say, there is no darkness, but ignorance.
And I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say never was man thus abused. I am no more mad than thou art. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits. And fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topus! Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
Thou might hast done this without thy gown and hat. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and tell me how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Full.
My lady is unkind.
Full, I say.
She loves another. Who calls, huh?
Full. Help me to a candle, ink, and paper, and pen. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
How fell you besides your 5 wits?
Fool, I say to you, never was man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then thou art mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do everything they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Topus!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, Sir Topus? Not I, Sir Topus. God be with you, good Sir Topus. Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool, I say.
Patience! What say you, sir? I am shent for speaking to you.
Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It will advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, Begone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain.
This is the air. Oh, that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I feel it, I see it. Though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, it 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? He was not at the elephant, and yet there he was, and he had this credit for me that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel would do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my senses that this may be a madness, may be error, but is not madness. But still, I am ready to distrust mine eyes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of thy faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live in peace. What do you say?
I will go with thee, and having sworn to be true, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father. And heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good, Master Fabian. Grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense, desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir. We are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good madam?
Truly, sir. The better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Oh, just the contrary. The better for thy friends.
Oh, no, sir. The worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now, my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I am abused. So, if conclusions be as to kisses, your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, well then, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Why, this is excellent. There's gold. If you'll let your lady know I'm here to speak with her and bring her along with you, it may wake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, with which such scatheful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsonio, this be that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her freight from Candie. And this is he that did board the Tiger when your nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, Antonio never was thief nor pirate, though I confess Orsino's enemy. This ingrateful boy by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem, when he was a wreck past all hope. His life I gave him, and exposed myself into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in any misery, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, where, in a wink, he denied me mine own purse, which I'd recommended to his use not a half hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and 3 months prior, not an interval nor a minute's vacancy by day and by night, we kept company.
Here comes the Countess. Thou heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended on me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord but that he may not have? Wherein Olivia may seem serviceable. Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, good my lord?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ears as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithless offerings hath breathed out that ere devotion tendered. Shall I do?
Even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not, had I the heart to do it? Kill what I love? A savage jealousy in that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my place in your favor? But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him I will tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I most jocund, apt and willingly, to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife.
Ay me, detested, how I am beguiled.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Has it been so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah?
No, my lord, not I!
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes you strangle thy propriety. Take thy fortunes up. Oh, welcome, Holy Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold what thou dost know has newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony. Since when my watch have told me towards my grave I've traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon, send one presently for Sir Toby.
Well, what has happened?
He has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help, I had rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's man, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario?
Odds lifelings, there he is. You broke my head for nothing, and what I did, I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? You drew upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more.
How now, gentlemen? How is it with you?
That's all one. He has hurt me, and there's the end on it.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
Please forgive me, my love. I have injured thy kinsman. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I sense that you are upset with me. Please, forgive me, my love, even for the vows that we made, but an hour ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, but 2 persons?
Antonio! Oh, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I lost thee.
You or Sebastian?
Fear thou that, Antonio?
How have you divided yourself? An apple cleft in two is no more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. I had a sister whom the waves devoured. Please, tell me, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What family? What name?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my brother, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but in this dimension grossly clad. If you were a woman, as it goes, I would so let my tears fall upon your cheeks and say to thee thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
I am Viola. And to prove, I'll bring thee to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
My lady, you have been mistook. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor were you by my life deceived. You were both contracted to a maid and a man.
If this be so, as yet the glass seems true. I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast told me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear. Those swearings keep as true.
Give me thy hand. Let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He is now in some durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
Oh, he shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, I do remember me. They say, poor fellow, he is much distract. Oh, how does he?
Truly, madam, as well as a man in his case may do. Oh, has here writ to you a letter? I should have delivered it today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By our Lord, my lady, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin rule over me, have I yet the benefit of my senses, as well as your ladyship. I have the letter you wrote to me, which induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used to Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
Savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on. To think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I'm most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you did call me master for so long, here is my hand. From this time you shall be your master's mistress.
Sister, you or she?
Is this the madman?
Aye, sir, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you've done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Well, have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. And tell me in the modesty of honor why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me to come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting this in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess, much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she that first told me thou wast mad. I prithee, be content. When we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one such, sir, in this case. One Sir Topaz, sir. But that's all one. And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I will be revenged on the whole pack of you!
He has been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meanwhile, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.